It's a magical place, and like as I said, like I was actually talking to one of the Fermanagh lads there during the week, like big Ryan Jones, captain. Obviously, we're going to talk about Division 3 final.
Yeah.
Like Ryan's a stalwart there, kicked 3 or 4 points the weekend. Great fellas. I said to him, like, no bad night in Crow, or any night in Crow Park's a good night. When you're going there is for a national final and stuff. And listen, Fermanagh will give Cavan their fill of it on Saturday night. And for me, Kieran Donnelly's a very, very astute manager. I thought Down now, to be fair, I think with Laverty and the bounce we would have got off Connor, I thought Down would have been very, very close to promotion. The two games, the only two games they lost were Fermanagh and Cavan, and they both well, particularly the Fermanagh game was lost, very narrowly. But Fermanagh, for me, have been very, very impressive in that division. They've gone about their business very quietly. They're a very, very astute management team. They also now have a couple of forwards that are a real handful. They're probably over reliant years ago, obviously, on the likes of Quigley and the likes that maybe reliant from set pieces or dead balls. But all of a sudden, from open play, the likes of Darren McGurn and Ulton Kem, who was in the team of the week there at the weekend as well. Young Josh Lago Ellis, who come through their underage structure as well. Like, there's some fine footballers. And, for once, people probably associate Fermanagh, with being sort of stubbornness and hard to break down. But Crow Park might actually suit some of those young lads, some of those forwards that they have. The open spaces might suit them, because to go to Breffni at the weekend, to be hit with two hammer, like, they had to win. Now, the fact that Down beat Offaly got them promoted anyway, but they didn't know that. They had to win. And to go to Breffni and to fall, to have a couple of hammer bows of goals, that Cavan scored against the run of play, and still have that stubbornness and that resilience to come back. I think there'd be a sting in the tail Saturday. I think Fermanagh could end up winning this final on Saturday.
Yeah, it'd be great for exposure here in terms of, what do they want to do? You saw Louth, they've gone up through the divisions here. It's obviously a stepping stone in terms of, Cavan and Fermanagh. They're kind of tipping around Division 3 and Division. I can't remember Fermanagh. When's the last time Fermanagh were in Division 2? It's a long time.
No, they were in Division 2 a few years back. They were a few years back. They were probably unlucky to be relegated. They were very, very. They had a couple of, but they were probably playing a very attritional brand of football. This year, they've actually, they've been able to put scores on the board. Something that Fermanagh probably haven't been associated with. Like, for example, against Down, what did they score against Down? Was it 214? 214, the other day, Cavan, I think they rattled up, whatever it was, 114, 115, whatever it happened to be. They're actually putting up big scores now, which Fermanagh were probably always under Gallagher and under Ricey, were probably associated with, a 12-10 or an 11-8. Now, all of a sudden, there is that element of scoring. There's a scoring threat throughout their team, which is a big thing. And they've some fine defenders as well. They've got really good defenders, the Collins, stuff like that. And, hey, listen, they'll give Cavan their fill of it. They really will.
Are you going to call? Are you going to say Fermanagh? So you calling Fermanagh?
I'm going to call Fermanagh by the minimum. Yeah, I'm going to say it's going to be a very tight game. Fermanagh to nick it. Yeah.
Jeez, I think we're going opposite here. I think. I've Mayo Division 1, you've Galway. I'm saying
but listen, Varley, if we were to go into the archives here and dig out my predictions for the year and your predictions for the
year, I'd say I'm going to go with Cavan, to be honest.
Do you know what the mad thing is? I'm predicting here Galway and for Fermanagh, and then when we're doing the teams at the weekend, I'll probably put in Cavan and
put on the betting slip.